morning. Welcome back to the channel. In this beautiful spring day, you can see we've got this pretty little dogwood out there. Been blessed to have a lady that we bought this house from. She planted some pink and white dogwoods, and then we also have a beautiful cherry tree out there that's just finishing up its blossoms. Spring is here and changes around us, renewing. So reminded me of something I wrote a little while back, and wanted to talk to you guys about what happens to you when things get difficult. What do you do? You know, when things go awry, what do you reach to? Do you reach to the bottle, the joint? Do you run away? Do you go eat candy? Do you spend your money? Do you actually seek help? Do you go call your friend and say, man, I'm in a bad spot. I need some help. And then, of course, as you know, there's the Lord. To lean into Him and to really be able to hear what He's saying to you, even if you haven't really talked to Him that much in your life. You know, people always take the leap of faith, if you will, when times get hard and times are tough and you can't find the right words from somebody else that's helping you out. Or, you know, I mean, I've been in therapy. You go to your psychologist or therapist and you're just like, what do I do? And, you know, they tell you something and it kind of hits the surface and doesn't really go very deep. But, you know, we've been exposed to so many things in this world and from man. It's time to change to something of the spirit. Yesterday I was scrolling on Facebook and a good friend of mine posted something about Columbine, and it's coming up on April 20th, and that happened almost 26 years ago. But it was a post from the man, one of the fathers that lost a daughter there. And he spoke about how if there had been prayer in the schools and there had been spirituality practiced in the schools, there's a high possibility that some of this stuff wouldn't happen. You know, when I was little, we used to say the Pledge of Allegiance and the Lord's Prayer. And I just remembered in the Pledge of Allegiance, it's one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You know, we as a nation, are we under God? Are we really? You know, America under God. Well, in my belief, we're under God. Definitely. And He's here. He is the supreme. And we are one nation because we are brothers and sisters. And it'd be really good if a lot of us started acting like it. You know, religion is a man-made thing. And there is freedom of religion in this country, nation. And that is not turning out that well from the place that we now have beliefs that children can act like animals in schools. And it's tolerated. Now, that's not a religion, of course, but it's a belief. It's a belief that children should be allowed to act like that in school. I don't agree. Now, my daughter said once, she said, you know, I acted like a cat, and it was fun when I was a kid. But I knew when I came to the dinner table, or when I was going to class, I acted like a child, not a cat. There was playtime, and then there was real time. So thinking about when things get hard, like you got to discipline your kids, or you've got to discipline yourself, or you just need a hand up, and there's really nobody to reach to. I really implore you to reach to the Lord, because He will give you things that no man can. He already gave you all the things that man can give you. It's surrounding you. It's going in your lungs. It's in your eyes. It's in your heart. And you really need to pick a lane. Like which way you're going here. Because otherwise you're just spinning your wheels. And you're wasting time. And you're taking up your own space, which could be used for something that is your gift. Because I firmly believe every one of us has a gift to give back because something's been given to us. So imagine when the time gets hard that you drop your vice, you reach to somebody who knows how to speak about the Spirit, the Lord. You know, He gave us the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit is the advocate for God to come down here and help guide us to all the things, to all the places, and to the comfort. I mean, we were blessed yesterday. We fired back up the podcast that Kimmy and I talk about our past, and we interviewed this young lady who's a really good friend of Sophia's, and she is a 21-year-old police officer, and she told her a story about pregnancy and just growing up, and she's the oldest of 7 kids, and just had a difficult run with it with her parents. They weren't bad people. Nobody was put out, but just support. But for her to finally come to the Lord and be able to make it through what she's been through. I mean, you all should watch the podcast, but just watching that and her evolution, as well as talking about my life and Kimmy's life together. As I've mentioned, I am definitely not the same person that I used to be, and don't do the same things I used to do. I put down my playmates and playgrounds, and that's what has to happen in order for you to become something that you might not be able to see. So times got hard. I broke the law. The law shook me up, brought me down to a level where I could start back over, build back up, but that took a lot of years. I mean, between me getting out of jail and coming to the Lord was a good 14 years. Actually, it was about 17 years. So, but all along I know He was there. I can recount back because now as I pray and know what I'm hearing, the Lord was there the whole time. He told me to turn around and not do things. He told me not to go there, and I didn't listen. A lot of people would say something like, "What was your inner voice telling you?" Well, yeah, it was my inner voice. It was Him speaking through me. So when you all are in those times when, what do you do when it gets tough? If there's a voice telling you to do something opposite, slow down, take a minute, and listen to what it's saying. Go find somebody who does talk to the Lord. Go to somebody who is. I mean, back in the day, it was like, go to the preacher, and I bet there was some really good preachers out there that helped people along. Unfortunately, there's bad stories about the legalistic preachers, the people who said the Bible was the word, like the law. Well, in my belief, when I read the Bible, it speaks to everybody differently. Not like interpretation, like, there's the staunch laws of the 10 Commandments. I mean, if you just stick to those, your heart's going to be right. Start there. It's Deuteronomy 5. Just start there. See what that speaks to you. And then right after Deuteronomy 5, there's 6. And there's the first paragraph. Talks about 2 laws. Love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as you love yourself. So you got to get that part right first, which is love yourself and love God. But once you know how to love yourself, you can love others unconditionally. Just because they're doing something you don't agree with, you can still look at them with the eyes of compassion to know you don't know their whole story. You don't know what they've been through, but you're there to help them to the next step. So, but to go back to the beginning of this, when something is happening to you and you want to reach for the drink or the cigarette or the get in the car and drive away or whatever, go inside, go find a quiet place by yourself and ask God for help. He's there every time. He's never left you, no matter what you've done. I mean, literally, no matter what you have done, he's there. But you got to go to him. So get outside. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Even if you're on the other side of the country and it's still snowing, enjoy it. And thank the Lord for everything you got. All right. I hope that helps you to step out and step up and step in. All right. Thank you all for joining me. Always please add comments. Tell me what you want to talk about. Tell me what I can help you with. I do have an email, stepping out at confusion with Jesus, SOOWJ@gmail. Please send me an email, send me a text in one of these videos. I just appreciate all y'all who are watching. Hope you're sharing. Okay.